Well, yeah, I've got a lot of background noise here. Jacob's big purchase today at the... Come in here, see what he's up to. This is what he's up to. What a dope. Looks nice and cozy. How much pay for that? I'm going to guess. I wouldn't pay more than $20 for it. Should have got it for $5. How much? Not bad, $10. It is a nice piece.
I'm kind of looking forward to retiring from the well drilling business. But I thought maybe I'd get the 2 well drilling rigs prepped and ready to freshen them up with some paint. So I steam cleaned them and did a little wire brushing and doing some cosmetic repairs. And geez, I had a couple good videos here, but Dumbass Junior the second experienced some technical difficulties, so I'm going to try to narrate this fiasco I went through. Geez, I paid $250 for that spray gun, and while I was climbing up the side of the rig, the top popped off and dumped a quart of silver paint right down my hair. Right, oh, what a freaking mess! So I don't know if any of you have ever experienced, washing your face and hair and my upper body with gas and getting in your eyes. It was just not a pleasant experience. But fortunately I do have a silver gray hair, but I had to keep washing it and combing it out. And so I was kind of transformed into the Tin Man there for a bit. I prefer the older style paint guns, the bottom canister. I don't know why the fad became to use the upper type. I guess I'm understanding that they're less overspray or whatever, but it's just, they aren't practical to use that type of gun. And you can go to like Harbor Freights or Napa and get a $50 gun that'll do as good a job as that, the high-end spray guns. Let's view some well drilling rig photos. Let's see, what do we got here? Pictured first is the yellow Briggs & Dad well driller. And I had to keep backing up with my camera to try to get the whole well driller in after it's set up. I think it's about 35 feet from the ground to the top of that foot pulley up there. And I've climbed up there a couple times. Every couple of years I gotta go up and re-spool a new cable. I think I was 66 last time I went. All right, and let's see. And here's a photo of me drilling on a sunny day. Ooh, now I had 2 beers. I was driving rig number 2 on the way to a job I had in Naples, New York, when I had a brake failure on a steep hill. Boy, that was an ugly day. Jimmy the Kid, my helper, was following me in my dad's Dodge pickup. I rolled backwards, totaled the Dodge, and flipped the rig on its side. It's lucky Jimmy the Kid wasn't hurt. The rig's gas cap had been lost for quite some time. Therefore, my dad, Larry, he fashioned a temporary gas cap from an empty can of Vienna sausage, I think it was. Fortunately, sparks didn't ignite the fuel gushing out of the gas tank. Jesus. Well, anyhow, $1,000 later, we had the rig towed home. Started preparing to rebuild it. And picture here is Dumbass Junior, age 5.
Well, I finally managed to get all that silver paint washed out of my hair. Took about a half a gallon of gas. So recover from that unpleasant episode. Well, here's well driller 1. Got her all done. Steamed clean. Spruced up. Painted. Touched her up here and there. The yellow paint, it turns out it nicely matches the... we'll go over and take a better look. Well driller 2 over there. But see how good the yellow matched this here? My nephew found a gallon at a yard sale. The yellow paint. And I go, all right. Took a look and it matched right up nice with this. So that was my nephew David, alias Primo Beavis. Let's go over and take a look at the other well driller. Well driller number 2, kind of our backup well driller. It's amazing how they look so identical. Both these trucks are, I think, 1978, 79. Anyhow, at this time, I have both well drillers listed with a equipment company that specializes in selling well drillers. So at this time, I do have one last well I'd like to drill for a nice couple up in Canadice, New York. I suppose if the rigs don't sell, maybe I might do another one in the future. But this time I would like to retire from well drilling and concentrate more on all these other cool projects. This is a sad but joyous day. I'm retiring officially from well drilling. I've been a well driller for, I think, about 40 years. I worked with my dad. And this is my last well. Really nice couple that live here, about my age. He's been hauling water in his pickup truck because his well is very shallow and starting to have water well issues. So he's been hauling water in his truck, and he runs a garden hose, gravity feed. You can't see it, but down here on the lower grade is the old original well. The height of the rig setup is about 35 feet. The top section retracts straight down about 10 feet when I tear the rig down, and then the rest of it pivots and folds over the cab of the truck. A little bit of a process setting it up. I just use those heavy-duty old call them railroad jacks for leveling the rig up. I have had individuals that actually asked me how I drive down the road like that, which is okay question. But, yes, it retracts and folds over the cab. I think I can get by financially now on my Social Security, and 2 days a week I work part-time at Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, New York. I'm looking forward to dedicating more time to working on some of my projects, vehicles, and I might sell some automotive-related vintage car parts, maybe even a couple of the vehicles out of our stable of vehicles, and maybe spend a little more time with my son Jacob, alias Dumbass Jr. gallons of water. I'm gonna let it set a little bit, see if it fills up the baler. I might time it out. It takes 1 minute to fill the baler, that's 10 gallons a minute. You bring it up, it's not quite full, you drop it down. If it takes 2 minutes and it fills it, that's 5 gallons. If it's not full, well, then you drop it back down, and so on and so forth. I'm doing an 8-inch well here. So it's predominantly a shale area, meaning that you put in 20 or 30 feet of pipe, you get through topsoil, subsoil, little clay. Now we're getting into gray shale. Had a little brown shale earlier, which is good for water, generally. 8-inch well, diameter well, hold about 3 gallons per foot. For a 6-inch standard type well, usually holds about 1.5 gallons per foot. I like to get the people to go the extra couple bucks and go for 8-inch. Holds more water, you don't drill as deep. It's easier to service your pump. So far this well's doing a couple gallons a minute. Sometimes with just an automotive mirror I can look down the well, and with the sun you can see down there pretty good. I can see some activity going on down there. And I can hear the water running in. At this point we're just drilling deeper, maybe find a little bit more, and we're also making a storage area for the water to collect. I'm going to add a little bit of water to drill with. Usually I run a lot of water in there to really sloshing and agitating it while I'm drilling with a lot of water. Kind of helps clean up the inside of the well and also bring in maybe a little more water. I'm going to drive the pipe down, seat it in good to that shale. Pretty hot, humid day in the 80s, even here in the shade. So I think once I get the well driller fired up here and drilling, I'm going to take me a little dip in my pool. Maybe catch up on my, what are we reading today? Classic Cars by Hemmings Motor News. Sometimes I do a well for an existing homeowner. They're too nice to me sometimes. They bring me out snacks and lunches and whatnot. Louise, she brought me a peanut butter sandwich. I already ate it. Drinks. Oreo cookies. Oh, what is this here? Some kind of yogurt thing. I don't like when they treat me too good because in case the well doesn't go very good, then I feel kind of guilty in case something happens. So far things are going pretty good here. We got enough water to drill with. Here's a cab of the truck I was cleaning out a little bit yesterday. Saddened me. My son's 20 years old, but I used to bring him to the well. I have a picture here of him wallowing in the mud. When he was real little, I used to set up the crib by a tree and watch him during the day. Here's some of his toys. Look at this. Got this guy here, digger. Here's jackknife. You can see this jackknife. This plastic jackknife. Got a little ruler. What is it? Oh, a little mirror. I don't know what the why you have a mirror on there. 57 Chevy. Just keep all his toys down in here. This is where he used to keep all his toys. Let's see if he remembers any of his toys. That's where his little storage area down in the. Took the door panels off the truck. Keep things in there. This is where I was getting my dinner. What are you going to have today? How about some beef with country vegetables? Those are easier ones. Got a pop top. I've had it where I had to take a screwdriver and pliers to get them open sometimes. We're going to put her up in the exhaust manifold. First you got to take the label off so it warms up a little better. So I'll put her up on the exhaust manifold. A few hours, it'll be, pretty warm. Louise, that's the lady who brings me out my lunches. I was telling her about one time I drilled a well for this elderly woman and things weren't going. She used to bring me out nice pies and sandwiches and whatnot and every day. And then we got on some rocks. Oh, the well was having an awful time. Of course, we would have worked something out if the well was, we had to move the rig and try another spot. But I noticed then all of a sudden the food stopped coming out to me. Things started going rough. But okay, here we go. I'll go get our, see if I can get today's dinner warming up. I almost forgot to point out our well driller mascot here. I was setting up the rig one time and found this skull. So I've been carrying him around for quite a few years. Gonna put him in the shop when I sell the well drilling equipment. Never give him a name though. I wonder what kind of animal it was too. It was a deer? Yeah, no, it's too small for a deer head. It had pretty good teeth.